Alright boys, welcome back to JJDL, this time week 7 against Lamau. He does bring Spider Ops. I am shocked by that. If you missed the team builder, check it out in the top right hand corner, and while you're there, man, go ahead and check out Lamau as well. So he does bring no Ninetales, that's awesome. I feel bad now because Amos Spadef boosting Raging Bolt does not matter. Again, excuse me if I sound weird, I do not feel very good. He's Terra Ground walking Wake. That's not what I expected at all. Terra Ground for why? For Ursaluna? For Boulder, probably for Boulder. Okay, I don't know what this. He's gonna be Spider Ops lead. I don't even know what this thing could threaten to do to me. I mean, we're just gonna rip a Blood Moon, right? I mean, we outspeed a max speed Spider. We're just gonna rip a Blood Moon. I don't really want to overthink it. He could just get his webs up, I suppose. But I'm not really too worried about that. We're gonna rip a Blood Moon here. Down to Sash, of course. Focus Sash. Probably gonna get webs up. If I had to wager a guess, he does get webs up here. So I'm not too pressed by this. I'm just gonna Vacuum Wave because there's not really a Pokemon that he can switch into that would really worry me right now. Like, it would just be Decidueye, in which I just go Skarmory. I'm just going to Vacuum Wave. I'm very surprised now. I think there's 2 people that have brought webs against me. I feel like webs are not good against my team. Am I crazy? What do you guys think? I feel like I have Boulder that's fast. That's it. And then I have a ton of priority. We're just going to take out the Spidops here. So down goes Spidops. Pretty much traded webs for a full Pokemon. So he actually does go Wake. Okay. Is he going to be Booster? He's not. So my initial pivot into this is going to be Blastoise, I guess. Because I don't have the Terra off on Raging Bolt, and I do think that Draco is going to be a fine play from him potentially. So we're just going to go ahead and go into Blastoise. Him being ground with no Sun is also fantastic for Blastoise. That means Aqua Jet is a lot more feasible. So kind of where my thoughts are right now is, unless the Chi-Yu is Scarf, or unless this is Scarf, even with webs up, Boulder outspeeds everything. This being Terra Ground does put a little bit of a damper on that, but we do have other ways to hit it potentially. I don't think he Terras now. I think he drops a Draco or he flip turns. He's gonna go for Scald. Okay, 337 to 300. 7 to 300. 37 damage. So that's modest. That's definitely modest. 1,000,000% modest on the Wake. I mean, we just flip turn here pretty easily. He's gonna go Decidueye. We're gonna get a little bit of damage on this Pokemon, and I think we just go Skarmory. Takumi, I assume this is Decidueye. It is going to be Decidueye. What do we do here? We could just go Skarmory. 10%, just about. Probably not even. Probably like what? We'll write down 10%. I think I go Skarmory, but I do have a couple options. I could go Hands as well. Hands would be a really good play as well. But I really like getting these rocks up early. Let me see how much Hands takes from like a Leaf Storm from the Decidueye potentially. He could also Poltergeist. Poltergeist does a ton of damage. Leaf Storm. I mean, we chew. I'm going Skarmory. I'm going Skarmory for sure. Shadow Ball definitely has the potential to 2-hit KO me, but I'm not really worried about. I don't really think you should stay in here, especially if you want to keep hazards away. I really value my rocks here into the Chi-Yu, into the Wake. I don't think we can tell anything. Actually, we can definitely tell he's max HP at least on that Decidueye based on that damage. Max HP at least, if not some defensive investment. So he actually goes Metagross, which is really weird because this is my check to Metagross. I'm not super pressed about this. I'm just going to get up 3 layers of spikes because his only removal is Defog. I do not care about this. If you attack me, you're going to take Rocky damage. You might be some sort of agility special set. It could be a little scary, I suppose. But I don't think you get a move to hit me at all. We're going to get a spike up. We're faster than him. So slower than Skarmory. Great to know. And he's going to go for rocks probably. He's going to go for his own rocks. Yep. He's going to use one of those. I mean, I'm just going to completely stack him. If he wants to play this game, I'm just going to completely stack him. Because I don't really see how this should lose to this. I don't really see how Skarmory should lose to Metagross, I should say. And his only way to remove is by also removing what he's put up. So I want to put him in a bad spot as far as that goes. Make him make a decision here. Yeah, he's going to switch out here. And he's going to go into Wake again. I mean, we get another spike up here. So we got 2 spikes going up here. I could stay in. Skarmory really doesn't have... I mean, Metagross, right? I go Blastoise here, unfortunately. I have to go Blastoise. It's a really telegraphed switch, but I think it's a switch I have to make. I think Flip Turn makes a lot of sense on opponent's part here. We're going to switch out here. He's Boots on Wake, by the way, isn't he? Yeah, he's Boots on Wake. So I'm glad we caught that. He's going to Flamethrower. Could he be... I mean, he's modest Boots. I mean, I'm not too worried about this. I just Flip Turn again. I get a slow Flip Turn, and if he stays in, I go into Raging Bolt. He's gonna Flip Turn himself. So we know 3 of his 4 moves. We know 3 of his 4 moves. Him being Boots is super annoying for us to try to deal with here. I'm curious if he just makes the Telegraph switch into Decidueye. He probably does. I don't really see another thing for you to do. Yeah, he just goes Decidueye again. Please don't be Boots. Oh, fantastic. So he takes 12, 18. He takes 30% there. So he's going to be at about 60%. On top of the Flip Turn, he should be at about 50 here. A little above 50. We'll say 55. We'll be a little generous there. And we are putting this thing in a bad spot. I mean, we can go Skarmory again, which I feel like is just the best play at this moment. Get another Spike up, potentially. Or we could just go Iron Hands. Throw off a Drain Punch. I think that might be our best play, actually. How much does Iron Hands do to this Pokemon? We know he's max HP. Can Ice Punch to a KO? It can. We're going to go Iron Hands, I think, actually. We're going to go Hands. I mean, Skarmory, we don't have a move to hit this. He doesn't know that. But at this point, we've got our hazards up. Like, I'm not really super hard-pressed about the extra 7% of the last spike. We're going to Ice Punch. This should KO most variants of this Pokemon. It could not if he is literally max defense. But if he's max defense, then he's not doing a ton of damage to us no matter what his set is. Like, if he is Poltergeist, let's say he's no attack investment, he's doing like 27%. And then he will be unable to switch out. So we could just go into like Skarmory and Roost past him, I suppose, is an option for sure. We're going to throw off an Ice Punch here. I think it is possible that he goes into Weezing. It is for sure possible that he just goes hard Weezing here. And if he does, we get a free Ursaluna. Yeah, we get a free Ursaluna. I'm very okay with this. We get to learn if it's Boots. So he's not Boots, so he takes 30% here. Oh, wait, he's Levitate. Okay, he's Levitate. So he takes 12 plus Ice Punch. I get a free Ursaluna here. And I don't really have to think about it. I'm not really too sure what he wants to do here. We go Big Cuddles. Is a very telegraph switch. He might make a double, potentially. No, we were webbed. He cannot make a double here. Could T-Spike, maybe? T-Spike would be a little annoying, actually. Toxic. I don't care. I don't care. Cuddles isn't staying in too long, man. He could be AV, I suppose. I think we still kill if he's AV. We do so much damage. I rip a Blood Moon. I don't really care about what you want, what you got. I do a million to Metagross. Might even... no, I don't think we KO after Spikes and Rocks if he's any HP investment. Let me see. No. It's close, though. It's close, though. We do 44 to 51. He's going to withdraw. I'm actually very curious what he goes into here. He could sack off the Decidueye, like I said. I think that makes sense. He goes Metagross. So Metagross is going to take 30 from the hazard, so he's going to be at 70. And then if he is HP... Oh, no, he's going to be at 76, excuse me. Because he is a Steel type. We're going to Blood Moon. If he's max HP... Don't know if that's max HP there, buddy. He's going to be at like 30%. And he's going to have leftovers. And I also just don't think there's a whole lot this can do to me. This could body press, maybe. He's actually going to switch out here. What's he double into? Potentially Decidueye? He does go Decidueye. I'm just going to Earth Power, man. I think after hazards, this should go down. And if not, very close. Very close. Okay. So, I could Vacuum Wave here. Vacuum Wave is a potential KO, but I can get Ursaluna in against the Weezing pretty easily, and pretty much now force a KO guaranteed. So I think playing the long game here, my best play is to go into Skarmory, as he Roost potentially. Yeah, I think Skarmory's the better play. Unfortunately, just because of how much damage Ursaluna can potentially do. Maybe if he Roosts here, Blood Moon was very clearly the right play, but hindsight, I think this safer play with his bulkier team is going to be a little better. He could just Leaf Blade as well. He's going to Giga Drain. Okay, so... we know he's special now, at least. He's at what now? Like, he's still under 20. Yeah, Vacuum Wave might have killed. I'm just going to get another Spike up here. I'm not really too worried about this. We just start getting so much more damage. He can't switch out. So we're going to get that last spike up here. And we're going to see what he wants. He could just roost, I suppose. Or he could just try to do as much damage as possible with the Shadow Ball, maybe. Let's see how much this does. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. So, Shadow Ball. I kind of do now have to weigh how important Skarmory is in this match. And at this point, I think the answer is not important at all. Quite literally at all. I think we roost just to cover him clicking something that could be a little problematic, but I think we let this go down. We go into our Iron Boulder and we click Psycho Cut. I think is how we do this, how we navigate this. We roost. Oh yeah, I'm faster. I guess we roost until he decides to switch out. Or we run out of roost. We use as many Shadow Balls as we can. Or he gets a split F drop, that's fine as well. We're gonna roost again. He doesn't know what our last move is, so he could very well switch out now. No, he shouldn't. This is, I mean, he could say this is a sack piece, I suppose. He has 3 spikes up, and I'm gonna assume no defog. We'll roost again. He should just KO us. He does Shadow Ball, so we should go down here. We've used 3 Shadow Balls. I mean, was that necessary? Not really, but this gets us Boulder. Boulder should guarantee outspeed. How much does Boulder take from Sneak, actually? There's no attack investment. I mean, we take half. I think Boulder's my best play. Boulder's my best positioning for sure. Yeah, Boulder's my best positioning. Big Shoulder Day. We're just going to Psycho Cut. Not think too hard about it. Psycho Cut covers a Wheezing. Metagross should die to a Psycho Cut after Rocks, I think. And he doesn't really have a switch in otherwise. Yeah, Psycho Cut for sure my play here. Let me just verify that KOs this Pokemon. It does indeed. We're just going to Psycho Cut. Like I said, he could have Sneak here. Could have Sucker. Something like that. It doesn't KO us. We Psycho Cut. Down goes Decidueye. Okay. Awesome. So now we're able to get that Rapid Spin off pretty much whenever we want. Which is really nice. We just have to get a safe switch in. Goes Charles Youth. Okay, we see if this is boots or not. If not, 63%. Like I said in the team builder, I think, is it 63? No. No, it's 51 because he's weak to rocks. Oh baby. He only has 1 more switch in left. I mean, at this point in the match, what is the least valuable Mon? Just because of the fact that Wake is Terra Ground, it's Iron Hands for sure. Because Ursaluna still picks a KO against Wheezing. He basically doesn't have a Metagross. He has a sack piece, but he doesn't have a Metagross. Yeah, I think as long as we keep our Raging Bolt healthy in the back, we should win this game. I don't really see a situation, unless he's like Flame Charge Plot here, I don't really see a situation in which we lose this game. We go Hands. I think he clicks Dark Pulse. We sack off, or if he clicks Fire Move, we sack off Hands. One of the two. We'll see here. Dark Pulse. Okay. Specs Modest 430. Definitely right. 437. Oh, Life Orb. Okay. Okay, Life Orb. So he's at 41. He cannot switch back in. Life Orb. Iron Hands. How much does my Fake Out do to you, buddy? 20%, so you'd have, what, 2 hits left? Overheat would KO me from this range. I'm gonna Fake Out first. I like keeping Hands around for the Fake Out now that I know this, right? I mean, maybe it's Ursaluna. Or maybe I go Hard Blastoise on a Fire move? Like, how much do webs really affect me? Not that much, right? Not at all, because we know Wake's not Scarf. Webs don't affect me at all. I think I go Hard Blastoise and Jet. Yeah, I think I go Hard Blastoise and Jet, as he fails to KO me. If he overheats, he does have a chance to KO me, by the way. But oh wait, I'm looking at specs anyway. Doesn't matter. Life Orb. Is that what? We'll say 21. I think Blastoise was definitely the correct play here. He Flamethrowers. Doesn't do enough at all. He has to stay in. We get to Jet. We get to pick a KO here. We're also in Torrent. It doesn't matter, though. Flamethrower. He could save this as a sack, maybe. Go Wake. I don't really think that nets him anything. I mean, he has 2 Pokemon that at this point are pretty much dead, so it's pretty much Wake and Wheezing versus the world. And I think as long as we have Raging Bolt plus Boulder, I'm pretty sure we can beat the Wake just fine. On top of Iron Hands, we Jet. Down goes this Pokemon. I mean, he goes Wake. Does Wake even KO me from this range? I guess is my question. Yeah, he goes Metagross here. I don't think this lives hazards. It might. It might be close. It does barely. I mean, we Jet now. We try to pick off another KO. He could Bullet Punch here. Lives on 1. Looks like. How does that work? 25, 6, 31. He must have been at like 32%. This is why I need to get that that thing you use on Wi-Fi, the measuring thing. He's gonna Bullet Punch here, try to put us in range of the Wake. We Jet. Down goes Metagross. He goes Wake. So now this is interesting. Do we sack off the Blastoise? The only move he can do to KO me is Draco or Dragon Pulse. Ooh, we're in range of Dragon Pulse now. Interesting. Could he be Dragon Pulse, no Draco? I mean, even if he is, that's fine. We go Bolt. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we Rapid Spin first. Try to get rid of the webs just to avoid any mind games potentially. He's actually gonna go for the Terra here. Just Terra Blast KO me. Terra Blast should not. Terra Blast does KO me. Probably. If he is in fact modest. If I jetted then. I wish I jetted then. He's gonna Terra Blast. This should take me out. If he's max special attack modest, this does take me out. It does. I mean, we just go Raging Bolt. And we just Terra Blast now. We Terra Water, we Terra Blast. His best move to hit me is Terra Blast. His Flip Turn, Flamethrower, Terra Blast, and Scald. His best out now would be going for a potential Scald Burn, I suppose. We Terra Water, Terra Blast. I mean, Terra Blast does 20 damage, or 20% to me. Yeah. We should be able to wrap it up here with Raikou. I mean, Raging Bolt, whatever your name is. Weezing Galar. I mean, is there something that Weezing Galar could do that could punish me, maybe? No, we're gonna get the Terra off here. And we're gonna go for Terra Blast. Don't think there's anything he could Flip Turn, I suppose. I don't think there's anything I'm forgetting. We've seen his full moveset. He's Boots. Weezing could come in. He's gonna Terra Blast here. This is gonna do no damage at all because we are max specially defensive AV. Look at that. 381 to 299. That did 82 damage, which is what we are expecting from a modest Wake, I believe. Correct? Just want to verify. Yeah, there was a mid-roll for modest. I mean, we Terra Blast again. He actually withdraws here, and he goes Weezing Galar. A little shocked to see that. Why? We Terra Blast, we see how much damage we do to this Pokemon. Is he AV maybe? No. That does so much damage. He's gonna Pain Split here, so what's my best way to take advantage of that? I mean, I think I go Cuddles in the game's the game's won, no matter what. If I go Cuddles. I force a KO with Cuddles. If he Pain Splits, he gets the least amount of HP back possible. If he KOs me, we just go into Boulder, we Psycho Cut twice, and we win. So, at this point, it's up to him for what gets the final KOs, I suppose. I'd love Cuddles to get a couple more. Yeah, he goes for Pain Split. He's going to get the least amount back possible, I do believe. And he might actually be able to KO me from this range. Maybe not. Maybe not, but we are able to Blood Moon here. Even if he doesn't KO us, we pick one up. These Strange Steams. I don't think this can KO me. It does. Okay. All right. I mean, I go Boulder now. I Psycho Cut twice, and I think the game's over. I mean, this should just KO pretty much any variant of Weezing. It KOs any variant of this Weezing unless he's Pyappa, I suppose. Which he could Willow me. I think we're just delaying the inevitable at this point. He is Pyappa. Okay. I think we're just delaying the inevitable at this point. Pain Splits. Okay. We Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut more than likely KOs from this range. It does pick up that KO. Big Boulder, it crit. Might have mattered. It might have been a roll. Don't know what he could have done to me in return anyway. It would have just potentially mattered for this. So It is what it is. Wake comes in. We're obviously Scarf, and I think from the range that it's at, it should get KO'd from this Psycho Cut. All of the Pokemon on our team did what they needed to this week. Obviously, Skarmory getting up all those hazards was very clutch into things like the Chi-Yu. It only let it have one switch in, especially because he was Life Orb. Boulder going to pick up another KO there. Crit doesn't matter, obviously. And we're going to end up moving to 5-2. I told you guys when we picked up Iron Boulder that we were going to go 6-2, and I meant it. We are currently 1 win away from my promise, and I think with that win, we also locked playoffs. So after missing playoffs in 2 consecutive seasons, 2 of my worst seasons ever, we're able to bounce back, and we're able to clinch playoffs, not even in the final week, which feels fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good game to Lamau, of course. And for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.